Recently, I shared our biggest bathroom transformation. We are about to embark on two more. In this video, I'm going to share how they look like right now and what I plan on doing to both. I'm also going to share how I create my mood boards every time I start a new project. Hey there, my name is Yami. I am your Latina next door. Welcome back to Mi Casa, where I share high-end home decor and DIYs on a budget, as well as extreme before and after room transformations. If that's something you enjoy, please make sure to hit subscribe so that you too can become part of the familia. Now, our house has 3.5 bathrooms, and we have been using only 2 of those bathrooms since we moved in. We just completed the bathroom that belongs to my son, as well as the one that is used by all of the guests. Next on the list, though, is my daughter's bathroom and mine and Nelson's. Now, while these bathrooms won't have as extensive of a list of things to do, there is still plenty to make over. And before we dive in, I just wanted to let you know that our very first designs for our merch, as you see right here, is already on our website, so you can purchase anytime. So the first bathroom I'm going to talk about is our daughter's bathroom. Now, this is the bathroom that both our girls are going to be sharing. This bathroom is pretty spacious, and it includes a separate area for the toilet as well as a pretty long vanity. Now, it only came with one sink because this house is a little bit older, but it seems to work just fine for us, so we're gonna leave it like that. Now, it does have very outdated light fixtures. It has horrible popcorn ceilings. This is the last place where we have popcorn ceilings in this house. And it has this extra large garden tub and shower combo unit in like an almond color. It's pretty scratched up from the previous owner's animals. I think they probably bathed their dogs in this bathroom. Now, the floors are linoleum. They're completely outdated and quite gross if you ask me. So there is a lot of work to be done. Now, the only thing that we have done in this room since buying it is the toilet. We replaced the toilets in the bathrooms that we were using in this house the moment we moved in. We also already replaced the door to the bathroom as well as the linen closet door when we replaced all the doors to the house. The first thing that we are going to be doing is replacing the countertops to something a little bit more updated. I know it's probably not a popular opinion, but I really don't like granite. I honestly prefer quartz. I like that it's so much more durable. I like the lighter colors. I like that it's less maintenance. So many things about quartz. So that's what we're going to do in this bathroom. Next, I am not a fan of the almond colored tub. And right now, I don't feel like replacing another tub. Honestly, besides the fact that there's a few scratches, the tub is pretty solid and there's nothing wrong with it. I did ask for a quote on getting this entire tub reglazed by a professional, and they came back at about almost $1,000. And we're like, well, that's pretty much what we would pay to replace it anyways. So we decided to scratch that idea. Nelson and I have been researching what we can use to reglaze those tubs ourselves. Now, the products that are out there, they're very inexpensive and they're supposed to be for DIYers, but honestly, the ones that are more popular, I have found to not be so DIYer friendly, and they're a bit more of a hassle. So we kept looking and we found something that honestly, not a lot of YouTubers are out there sharing, and we think it might do the trick. So stay tuned for that because that video is going to be very interesting. Oh, and I almost forgot. We did replace the faucet as well as the shower head when we replaced the entire plumbing for the house. So after removing the popcorn ceiling and reglazing the tub, I plan on replacing the outdated light fixtures in this space. And then, in addition to replacing the countertop with quartz, obviously we'll get a brand new sink and a new faucet. But in addition to that, I'm also going to be addressing the cabinets underneath. Now, because this is an older home, the cabinets are pretty solid. Now, the doors aren't so pretty, but I am going to try and work my magic and revamp these cabinets to make them look brand new again. The linen closet is pretty nice and spacious. However, it could use some updating. I'm going to give it a fresh coat of paint, possibly do a treatment to the back wall, and update those shelves a little bit. Since the toilet is new because we replaced it when we moved in, we're only going to remove it temporarily so that we can put new floors down. We plan on doing the same hexagonal mosaic tile that we used in my son's room, only I'm going to do it in a different color. That way, they both kind of coordinate and have similar styles, but they'll also have their own personality since they're going to be different colors. So here's what I have in mind for this bathroom. For my mood boards, I like to use a free online platform called Canva. There is a paid portion, but everything I'm sharing with you today is completely free. Now, we pretty much all go straight to the internet to find items that we would like to use in our homes. So whenever I go online and I see something that I like, what I do is I take a screenshot of the actual image. I own a Mac computer, and in order to do this, you place the cursor where you want to start and you hit Shift Command 4, and then the cursor will change and you'll be able to drag that over the entire image that you wish to select. Once you take the image, it'll go onto your desktop and you're going to want to open it. When you open the image, you're going to want to select the two arrows on your right and go to the bottom and select Markup. After you select markup, you're going to go to the left side of your menu and you're going to click this little wand right here. Now what I'm going to show you is how to remove the background of your image on your computer. Now I did not share this in my previous tutorial on mood boards. What you're going to do is you're going to place your cursor on the darkest part of the image. You're going to click and then you're going to drag until it covers the image in the color red. When you release your cursor, you will see a moving line all around the entire image. Once you see that moving line, you're going to go up to the right corner of your menu and select the crop image right here. Once you click that image, it's going to remove the background, leaving only the image that you selected previously. This is going to make your mood boards look even more polished and professional, especially since it will allow you to layer your images on top of each other without them having a background. Now let's try the same thing with another image. I'm starting off with the darkest portion of the image and I'm moving slowly, making sure that every single part of the image that I want to keep is selected in red. I let go of my cursor and after the border is moving, I select crop. Now sometimes when you do this, it doesn't select the border exactly like you see right here, but it is still close enough to the image for it to be okay. Now the reason I say you have to start with the darkest portion of the image is because you start with the lighter portion as I did here and begin to drag, you will see that it will select the background or a portion of it and you won't be able to remove that image from the background. So you'll have to try it again and again. So now that you have all of your images cropped, what you do is you bring them over to your Canva screen online and you begin to drag them right into your upload section on the left side of the screen. Then once you've uploaded all of the images that you wish to use, you start pulling them from your upload section and placing them onto your canvas. I like to use the YouTube thumbnail preset canvas size as my backdrop for the mood boards. And when I place the images on the mood board, I kind of like to set them up in a way that they would be seen in the actual bathroom. So for my flooring, as you see here, I like to take the image that I took from the flooring online. I like to duplicate it and then spread it across the entire bottom part of the canvas so that it looks like there is flooring right there. And I just repeat the pattern over and over again just to make it look like it's a floor. After I lay them down where I want them, I select all of the tiles that I created and I send backwards. That way it's on the back end of all of my images that I will continue adding. Then it's time to adjust sizes and start dragging and dropping more images in from the left on over to my mood board canvas. And again, placing them where they would be naturally in your bathroom will help you visualize the space even better, making it easier for you to see whether or not it's going to work out. Now, if something doesn't work out, you can simply just remove it from your canvas. Now, another fun thing that you can do with this is you can select the background and you can go to the color icon at the top and start selecting colors from the ones already pre-done for you, or you can go to the color tool and start dragging your cursor around to change the background color. This way you can see what kind of colors for your walls will suit your room best, and you can play around with them and really get an idea of what color you might have in mind for your room and how they'll actually look with the rest of the elements in your space. Now, don't be afraid to add as many elements onto your mood board as you think you might want in your space. The best thing about this is that it's too much, you can always remove it. But the more details you include, the better idea you get of how everything is going to look together in your space. Now, some of the reasons why I prefer to make a mood board, and I suggest that you create some too, instead of just pinning images on your Pinterest boards, which is obviously a lot of fun and a lot of us do it. But the reason I suggest this is so that you can see all of your elements together in one place. You might have an image with a vanity that you like here, and a faucet that you like here, or flooring that you like there. But they all might look good in the spaces that they are in those pictures, but it really does help you see how well they go together when they're literally in the same space or frame. And when you start pulling them together, you'll see what works and what doesn't. Another reason it's great is because it keeps you focused on what you had originally intended instead of going off and finding all these other things that you might want but are not on the mood board. Now, obviously, sometimes things change. You might have a mirror inspiration that you like but you can't find or you can't afford and you have to switch it up. Having that mood board will allow you to pull it out and put a new one in. That way you can see automatically if it's something that's going to work. You can also create several mood boards and just change a few things here and there. That way you can compare the two side by side and see what looks better. Honestly, it's not that hard to do and it's even fun, which is why I wanted to share how I create my mood boards really easily for you guys, especially since there's been so many new subscribers since I had created that really outdated video, which is still very helpful, but it's always nice to reshare a few things on here. So I really hope you found that useful. So now that you saw me create this mood board, this is what I do have in place for my daughter's bathroom. The next bathroom we're going to be doing is mine and Nelson's. This bathroom isn't really that nice, to be quite honest, and it would be really nice to extend it and make it larger and make it our own. But for right now, we're going to do some inexpensive updates so that we can live with it a little bit better. This is almost embarrassing to share, but this bathroom honestly is just not very nice looking. Which is why it ended up being ours. Now, I'm not sure if any of you can relate, but I'm the kind of person that unless I do a room, I don't really do much to it in the meantime. Like I don't make it look pretty in the meantime. So it's just, honestly, it's just been useful bathroom. We kind of throw our stuff on the counter and we keep on going because until I can address it, I'm just not going to make it pretty. That's just me. Is anybody else like that? All right, so here's mine and Nelson's bathroom in 3, 2, 1. This bathroom is a little bit odd shaped, to be honest with you. And when you walk in, you'll see that part of the room has slanted walls. And the area where the toilet is just like a really large space for whatever reason. And the toilet's not even centered. So maybe that has to do something with plumbing. I don't know. The shower is really tall and high set. Like you have to step up into it. And the reason it's like that is because it has some kind of jet system for like a jacuzzi. We don't ever use it, but I'm assuming that all of the motors and everything are underneath it, so they had to raise the tub. Unfortunately, we don't have the budget right now to replace any of that stuff, so the shower is going to stay just as is. One thing I wanted to replace from the get-go are the floors. It has several stains in several areas, and I don't know what these stains are, but I have hit it with everything and they won't come out. Not only that, it is an expensive linoleum, and honestly, it just doesn't look that pretty. So I do want to replace this with some vinyl plank flooring to make it look like wood. It's very inexpensive, and I think it'll work just fine for this space in the meantime. Now, because the toilet area is kind of weird and there's like the space to one side of it, I do want to replace it with a little cabinet. And I'm hoping the one that I shared that I remade in a previous video and put beautiful flowers in is gonna go right there to the right side where that trash can is. And unfortunately, that trash can is just extra large. We had it and we're using it there, even though it kind of has left marks on the wall where it kind of opens and closes. Now, this area right here, this used to be a towel rack. Unfortunately, one part of it fell off. And like I mentioned, I'm not the kind of person who addresses anything until it's all done. So it's just kind of just sat there in the meantime, waiting for us to do this bathroom makeover. Now, the sink area is really not that nice. The cabinet looks like it's in really good condition from afar, but when you get up really close, you see all the water damage that has come down on that cabinet prior to us moving in. So that's something that I definitely want to address. While the countertops are not the prettiest, they are a faux stone, and it's one continuous countertop that includes the sink. Even though it's not the prettiest sink and countertop combination, there's nothing wrong with it. It's still in really good condition. The faucet, however, is pretty bad. And because the house did not have the correct filtration system for the well water that was coming into the home, this caused a lot of damage to the fixture, as you can see here. The water is very hard and the finish on this faucet has been coming off. Again, is something we haven't tackled until we tackle the entire bathroom. The mirror is just a builder grade mirror, and the light fixture is just a simple light fixture that's not very pretty, to be honest. For the rest of the bathroom, the walls are a very not attractive beige color with kind of like a green undertone, and that is definitely going to be another thing that's going to change. Here is what I have in mind for this bathroom. Now, because we are trying to keep our budget at a minimum for this bathroom, we're trying to do the most we can with the least amount of cost. And what I'm envisioning is some vinyl plank flooring in a nice warm color to fit the aesthetic of our home. And then, since we still have quite a bit of paint left over from the board and batten project in my son's bathroom, I thought I would go ahead and paint the bathroom vanity in our bathroom the same color as well. And since the sink sits in kind of like its own little alcove, I want to do a custom faux wallpaper treatment behind it. And I thought a nice plaid pattern would go best. It's still masculine enough for Nelson, but also has that extra detail touch for me. Of course, I'll be replacing the mirror with something a little bit more custom. And for fun, I really want to try out some gold looking faucets and fixtures to add to the space. Then bringing in some texture with fabric, my little cabinet, as well as some custom art pieces, I think I'll have a really nice and sophisticated bathroom that my husband and I can both enjoy. And this is the vinyl vision that I have for our bathroom. Each of these bathrooms will have their own individual aesthetic. However, they will still coordinate and remain with the same cottage farmhouse theme that I have through the rest of my home. So that is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Now, I'm curious, in the comments below, let me know which one of these bathrooms are you more curious to see the transformation? Is it my daughter's or is it ours? Don't forget that I have an outdoor project makeover that I'm going to be sharing with you all very soon. I'll also have a really special announcement that you guys are going to love. Also, don't forget that the Look for Less challenge is back this month. I will see you next week with another home decor and DIY video. In the meantime, I have some more videos right here that you can watch. Until then, adios.